Is hip-hop trash now? Some say yes.
First time since 1990, no rap or hip hop artist will be featured in the Billboard Top 40 at the end of this October. The genre, once known for its anthems and viral music videos, looks to be disconnecting from the audience it was supposed to represent, the youth and those in the inner cities.
That when it was good.
This surprising update on rap's failure to make this list in 35 years would spark debates across the country. So why is rap currently falling off? After the news was circulated, it appears that many rap fans would air out their reasons why some are experiencing rap fatigue. From there not being enough rap stars, lack of creativity, to other genres getting more push, and even the fact that many rappers have gone independent to avoid predatory deals, thus making it harder for them to appear on radio and other necessary placements to break songs across the country.
They ain't got the money.
According to Billboard, the highest ranking song at the time of the streak ending was Young Boy Never Broke Again's Shot Callin' at number 44, despite artists like Cardi B releasing an album and even a couple singles from Drake. Now, in response, several black listeners would open up about their issues with today's rap and their fatigue.
Best. Cardi don't need no breast. Pop out, get a host of rest.
She was a fairy. Yeah. She was a fairy. Yeah.
Yeah, pussy so good it'll have him doing ad-libs. He can't even speak.
Rap is an art form. You are supposed to be saying something. When I hear y'all music, y'all don't be saying nothing. Cause y'all dropping name brands and I got more than you and who rocking coach and shit. You think you saying something, but you ain't really saying shit. Rap is an art form derived from storytelling and poetry. If you can't tell a story, baby, you can't rap.
Listen to these rappers. They are extremely articulate, very intelligent. Rappers today are illiterate. They can barely talk. Lil Baby gets on the mic. He sounds like he got a taste of the tism.
That's so long ago. You know what I'm saying? But I remember that, Jay, because that was my first time. But after that, it's just been...
How do you make it through your rap? I mean, he sounds like he can barely read his own raps. That's why they mumble everything. They can barely talk.
Y'all have been mistreating, misusing, and abusing hip-hop for decades now. It's become a matter of capitalistic gain and not uplifting communities. Go back to the analog days, right? The days where your disconnection from technology tapped into source in a deeper way. Let's go back to that. So I'm okay with hip-hop not being in the top 40 because it's bigger than that.
According to hip-hop commentator Ray Daniels, rappers are trying to be viral and only become rich instead of making a hit song.
She had a pretty smile. I like her. I like her vibe. Bet she got a man. Women like that, you can just tell she got a man.
The music business, we don't have a rap song in the top 40 for the first time in 35 years. That's because, in my opinion, every artist started chasing clout and virality rather than chasing hits. Clout and virality is just pulling your phone out, doing something goofy, hoping that it gets you viral and hot for a few minutes. That's a few minutes. A hit lasts forever. Ice Cube is still performing records from the 80s and the 90s right now. Those wasn't clout moments. Those were hits. These new check riders don't know the difference between right or wrong. They just signing anything and everything moving and saying, oh, he knows what he's doing. He's a hot kid. This is the music business. It's going to always be about making a hit record. The best record you can make. We got away from that. And now we don't have a record in the top anything. But y'all niggas is rich. Everybody rich. Yeah, let's see how long that lasts.
This Hype Plus commercial break is sponsored by Aura.
Put this headline out like this and not support it with the actual news and why our artists have been eliminated from it.
Now, the following week after the report of no rap songs appearing on the top 40, Billboard would report rap would make a return back to the top 40 again with Megan Thee Stallion's song Lover Girl. From the looks of the current list, artists like Taylor Swift, Sabrina Carpenter, Leon Thomas, Kehlani, and K-pop fantasy group Soda Pop are amongst top artists and songs. So what happens to rap? So many of the artists, to Daniel's point, appear to be focused on other things outside of releasing good music, thanks to reality shows, brand deals, the decline of hip-hop record labels, and even hip-hop moguls like Diddy and Russell Simmons. Men who help represent and put on for the genre are now battling their own troubles. Hip-hop is hurting, and being the once unified front it was. And not to mention, BET would indefinitely suspend their annual hip-hop awards this year. According to NPR, apparently the show's TV ratings had been on the decline. The year after celebrating hip-hop's golden anniversary in 2023, the show's annual viewership fell off a steep cliff, down nearly 50% in 2024. Now, this recent decline of rap appears to not only have been noticed by black listeners, but even a few bigots online would celebrate its decline, as rap is supposed to be a form of representation of black culture. One user on X would write in response to rap songs not being in the top 40, "Rap fatigue, shit music for no talent thugs, way past time for rap to die." Now, some races would further the conversation and connect that black fatigue, which is supposed to be a feeling of some being tired of black people, mainly from the negative images of black people that they have been programmed into thinking represents the culture, is another reason why hip-hop is falling off, as it has been long known that a large part of white America would become fans of rap, due to its ability to give a look into black culture. From a global level, hip-hop still influences a large part of the population, as many across the globe continue to emulate rappers in the States and their style. So hip-hop is not disappearing, but clearly could be much better compared to its golden era. Let's talk about it more in the comments below. Why do you think listeners are experiencing rap fatigue, and what do you specifically blame on the recent decline of hip-hop? Stay up to date for the latest news in comedy, culture, and music by subscribing here to our YouTube channel. And if you enjoy content like this,
Yeah. But you know what though? This is actually good. Because then maybe all we need now, what's gonna have to happen now. This is a good spot. Somebody like Lil Russell. Lil Russell, I think, is the next to blow. Because he's if y'all haven't heard Lil Russell's music, he's dope. He's a real spitter. He talks about good stuff. He talks about positive shit. Yeah, he talks about street shit too, but it's a mixture of all of it, what hip hop used to be. So check out Lil Russell. I think people like him, and he's going independent too. He's going like the independent route. But yeah, check him out. I think what it is though, I think this is a perfect time for all the old school artists to kind of like start touring heavy, like start putting the promotion. If this music, because they say the ticket sales are going down too with these rap artists, unless you like a NBA young boy or who else? Who's another top one? Drake or Kendrick or Travis Scott. You ain't really making no money on tours. You know what I'm saying? So, Sexy Red, like the top 10, you ain't really making no money amongst the other ones. You ain't really making no money on the tour. So I was thinking what needs to happen, they need to get some of the old school artists to start going back on road and try. You see Ice Cube. Ice Cube did his 40 years of Attitude tour, which I missed. He kicked it off in LA and I missed the shit. Ice Cube's one of my favorite rappers. I fucking missed this possibly might be his last tour because he's finna start doing Friday and doing a couple other movies. He wants to get back into the movies, so he might not tour for a while, if ever. I think that might have been his last tour, but he may pop up every now and then and, come out. Somebody bring him out like Kendrick, some young hip hop, West Coast artist to bring him out, like Tyler the Creator or somebody like that. But for the most part, I think this might be Ice Cube's last tour for a while. If it's not his last tour forever. You gotta think, Ice Cube about 60. You see what I'm saying? And I know he got a lot of movies that he wants to get out. Like he wants to do another Barbershop. No, is it Ride Along or Barbershop? I think it's Ride Along. He's doing a Ride Along with Kevin Hart, and he's working on the Last Friday. Which I think they should have did it that shit years ago, man. There they go. You know what I'm saying? But hey, it's gonna make some money because people have been wanting this Last Friday for the past 30 years. Motherfuckers who were in high school when the first Friday came out and now are grandparents are been wanting this Last Friday. So yeah, it's been that long, 30 years ago. 30 some years ago when the Last Friday came out, when the first Friday came out. So yeah, but yeah, I think that'd be dope, man, if some of the Public Enemy came back, which I think they are touring. You know what I'm saying? From what I'm hearing, like those old school hip hop tours are selling out better than the new school ones now. 'Cause people want to go back to the heart of the people want to go back to the good shit. This shit ain't good. This shit ain't good, dude. And people thinking like, oh, y'all just old. No, these young people are saying this shit ain't good. Young people are saying this shit is not good. 17-year-olds are saying, nah, dude, this shit ain't good. So I'm like, damn, I thought it was just me being an old man. But hell, even when I was in my late 30s, early 40s, I was like, this shit ain't good. You see what I'm saying? So anyway, y'all. Um, Listen, I'm gonna do something different tonight. I have a documentary about Scarface. Speaking of old school hip hop, I got a documentary I want y'all to check out. It's gonna play right after this video. It's a documentary I did with homage I did with his audio book. So check it out. Let me know what y'all think in the comments. Appreciate it. Hit the thumbs up button. Subscribe to Charles and Israel. Oh yeah. Shout out to Comedy Hype. It's called The Hype. Hype, HYP. Y'all know how to spell hype. Yeah, check them out. Just their YouTube channel. I want to give them credit for letting me do a reaction to this video. So check out Comedy Hype. They have over 1 million subscribers. So yeah, I just subscribed. So y'all go ahead and check them out. Hit the thumbs up button. Talk to y'all later.
Scarface's book, Diary of a Madman. This is the part where Scarface gives his opinion on today's rap trends. Hit that thumbs up button and subscribe to the channel.
So when I think about how I want my shit to sound, that's my inspiration. I'm trying to push those same limits, but in my own way. From there, I start cycling through whatever's current, because I never want to lose my edge. It doesn't matter what's going on in hip-hop, whether it's the hardcore gangster shit or the fly shit or the weirdo shit or whatever it is. I want to make sure I'm up on it and in step. And not so that I can follow the trends neither. Hell no. I hate all of that copycat shit. Always have. It's always been whack. Hip-hop has always been about style and self-expression. But it feels like as the culture's gotten older, that's somehow been lost. You've got all of these guys out here now, just trying to transform into whatever's hot, to chase some dollars and some airplay. But if you're chasing the next man, who the fuck are you really? You get it on the production end too, but if you ask me, that's not being a producer or an MC, that's being a chameleon. It's biting straight up. I don't get it. It's fucking up the culture. That shit used to get you clowned out of the game. I've never tried to make what's popular or tried to jump on some trend to get on the radio and sell records. That shit is corny to me. I'm not trying to make records that are on trend, and I'm not just kicking some raps to catch a check. Never have and never will. I'm trying to make records that are timeless. And that's every time I step in the booth. So when I start diving into current rap, it's not so I can fall in line with what's hot. It's to make sure that I'm not only competitive with the young bucks that are out here getting it, I'm running ahead of the field with the leaders of the pack. Once I'm caught up with where the game's at today, I take a step back and start breaking out all of the classic shit that raised me and the records made by the people I consider to be my peers. Shit like NWA's 100 Miles and Running and Niggas for Life. Public Enemy's It Takes a Nation of Millions to Hold Us Back. A Tribe Called Quest's Midnight Marauders. Ice-T's Power and all of the Juice Crew shit. No matter how many times I've heard those records, I'm always finding new shit. That's where I get my perspective, because you can't lose sight of that foundation or forget where you came from. Those records really remind me of just how great this art form can truly be. They set the precedent for making a great hip-hop album, and they inspire me to this day. And you can't write if you're not inspired. At least I know I can't. It's never going to work. I feel like I'm on a mission when I'm in the booth. Like, it's not really about me. It's about bringing everything that's really going on out here to life. I feel like I have a responsibility to do that shit. And that shit is intense. I think that's why I can't just write a song in a couple of hours. There are guys out here who can just walk in, hear the beat, put the verse down or piece it together in their head, kick that shit, and be out. Now, some of them will just be making a whole lot of noise and not saying shit. But there are others out there that are efficient and stone fucking cold, like Jay-Z. I first met Jay-Z in 1998 or 1999 when we were both out in L.A. I was working on my album, The Last of a Dying Breed, and he came through to lay a few records with me. He was so sick with it and so damn fast that I thought he was spitting pre-written shit. I used to think that was just how he worked, that he had a stash of pre-written rhymes, And when it came time to lay something down, he just dipped in that stash and dropped the shit in. It wasn't until a year or so later, after I'd had time to work with him on some more songs like This Can't Be Life from the Dynasty Rock La Familia and Guess Who's Back from The Fix, that I realized he's just a freak of nature.
Yeah, JJ the truth. Hit that thumbs up button, guys.
He can hear a beat 3 times, just sitting there in the studio listening to it ride. And you can be in the middle of a conversation with him, and he'll zero in on something, and then jump up and go in the booth and lay that shit down and walk out like, so you were saying? That shit is incredible. I'm not like that at all. Instead, I'll latch on to a beat that I'm fucking with and let it guide me. I'm like a pit bull with that shit. I'll put the beat on loop and listen and listen and listen, and maybe jot down some words that I think are cool or sound good or might work well together on a song, and then listen and listen and listen and just not let it go. I'm not about to just walk in and spit a verse just because I have a few lines on a page or in my phone. Nah, I'll take my time listening and work out a 16-bar verse that feels right. And then I'll do it again, listening, 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 until I work out another 16. And I'll just keep going like that until I have the last verse. When I'm really locked in, I try to write at least a song and a half a day. 2 songs is a good day. 3 songs in a day is almost unheard of. And it's been like that since the beginning. Because I work so deliberately, I've never been into that whole living in the studio shit. There are a ton of guys out here that's all they want to do. Pac was like that. Tone Capone and Mike Dean are like that. Dr. Dre is like that. Those guys just live in the lab. But not me. My baseline goal has always been 1 song a day, every day. Even if it's just a beat or even 1 verse. Just put that consistent quality work in. And if I've got something down that I like and feel solid, then go do something else. But shit, guys like Pac would do 5 or 6 songs in 1 day minimum. His work ethic was stone cold, colder than anybody else's I've ever seen. It's something to aspire to, especially when you're booking time in a big studio that you don't own. When you're putting that kind of bread on the table, it's all about pushing yourself to get as many songs done as possible, whatever it takes. We recorded like that in the very early days, but as soon as I could break free of that crunch, I did. But recording with Pac was some shit. You had to be ready with your verse in 30 minutes or less.
Looking for a professional photographer for your next big event? Need video of your special day? Then look no further. For $100 an hour, have a professional photographer or videographer shoot your wedding, birthday party, quinceañera, bar mitzvah or bat mitzvah, anniversary party, or whatever your special occasion may be. Highlight your event with professional, crisp photos and video. Check out Charles Arness Photography on Instagram as well as book us for your next event. Must live in the Southern California area.
Because he was already ready to go. And if you weren't ready by the time he was ready to record, he'd give you shit like you were bullshitting. I remember one night we were working together, and I was sitting at the board writing, when Pac came in with his shit all sewn up, like, "You ready?" And I was like, "Man, I gotta finish this song. They're telling me I've got to get a single." And he just blew up. "Man, you sitting here all fucking day and all fucking night trying to get a single? You're not going to get a single, just write that shit. Just keep writing." See, his whole thing was, rather than try to make the perfect record, just keep making records, and the right record would come out of the work, and that's how you'd get your single. He used to always say, "You're gonna make a motherfucker think, or you're going to make a motherfucker dance." I was trying to make motherfuckers think. And I know he was too. But he was also after the other thing. And he had a trick. You have to get across to these bitches without offending them. And then the niggas are going to want what the bitches want, he told me. Well, shit.
Spoken like true Tupac fashion. Oh man.
He had a gift for both. That's why he had so many great records and in such a short time, too. I really think the most important part of the song is the first 4 or 5 lines that you hear. Those are the come lines. The bars that are going to draw you in, set the mood, and let you know what the song is going to be about, and whether you should be fucking with it or not.
Yeah.
Shit like, now the funeral is over, and all the tears have dried up, from no tears. Or, he greets his father with his hands out, rehabilitated slightly, glad to be the man's child. From I Seen a Man Die. I pride myself on my come lines, and I always put the most time into those. I want you to know as soon as you hear my voice, you should always be fucking with my records. At the same time, I'm super critical of my own shit. You have no idea. Making music is what I do. It's my only hustle. I don't own a beauty salon or a detail shop or a wing stop or none of that shit.
Right.
I make music, and it's consumed the majority of my adult life to the point where I never really had time for anything else. It's only recently that I've started getting out and coaching football and playing golf. But really, ever since I was 16, I've been in the studio recording my life, trying to make the best music I can make, to live up to my family's legacy, and to be a part of history. I've always felt like I've had something to prove, and that's still true to this day, and will probably be true until the day I die. But it's because of that drive and that competitiveness that I never listen to my own songs. Never. I can't. I listen to the songs.
Sorry about that, guys. Hit that thumbs up button.
Songs when I'm recording them, and we're working on them, of course. But once it's done, I'm done. I feel like I put so much into it that I don't want to hear it anymore. You know, once it's out, you've already tinkered with it so much and worked so hard to perfect the mix, or get the vocals or the drums just right, or tighten up a verse or whatever it is. Once it's released into the world, that's it. You can't touch it up or improve it anymore. So anything you hear on that commercial version that you might want to do differently, or worse, any imperfections you might hear, even if it's something only you can hear because it's buried so deep in the mix, that's it. It's done. It's out of here. And I don't need all of that drama. Because I know 10 times out of 10, I'm going to hear some shit that we could have made hit just a bit harder or done just a bit better. So I just avoid it altogether. When it's done, or at least when the label tells me it's done, because I will work on an album for damn near 10 years if someone didn't make me stop, then I don't want any part of it. To me, making music is kind of like being with a woman in that way. When you're writing the songs and making the beats, it's like you're in love with her. But as soon as you're done, it's like you've had her. The passion's gone, and that's it. You don't even want to be around her anymore, and it's on to the next one.
That is from Diary of a Madman. Memoirs of Brad Scarface Jordan, one of the hip-hop legends, one of the biggest hip-hop legends in the South, come out of the South, and in hip-hop period. I grew up listening to Scarface. Interesting though how he talked about the work ethic that Tupac had, but you know, we've heard about that. That's why he's one of the legends, and he's not even here no more because he put in that work. I realized late in life that people measure you by your work, man. If that's all you got, what you've done. Why should you get praise if you haven't done anything? That's why you got to go out there and put that work in. You know, whatever that work may be, that's your passion. If you have a passion for something, put your all into it. Something that I learned late in life, but I hope that you young people get now and you can take that with you. Anyway, what y'all think? Leave your comments, subscribe to Charles and Mayor's World. Hit that thumbs up button. Appreciate it.
Looking for a professional photographer for your next big event? Need video of your special day? Then look no further. For $100 an hour, have a professional photographer or videographer shoot your wedding, birthday party, quinceañera, bar mitzvah or bat mitzvah, anniversary party, or whatever your special occasion may be. Highlight your event with professional, crisp photos and video. Check out Charles Arness Photography on Instagram, as well as book us for your next event. Must live in the Southern California area.